what's the strategic calculus there?
So for licensing, what you want to do is you want to hold on. You don't want to use. You should classify your portfolio into 2 or 3 tiers. The top tier is your critical patent that you use in your own product, right? That you will never license, or you may license, but very expensive license. Then you would have a second tier of kind of like, okay, related, but they're not so important. And then you have a third tier. The third tier is basically things that you're no longer using. So for example, you have a pivot, right? And so that approach that you use in the third tier is no longer in that area. Now that third tier is going to cost you money long-term because you have to pay maintenance fees on them, right? So you're better off segmenting them out and then identifying the patents that you aren't using much. And basically you try to find companies that are not your direct competitors that might be interested in using the technology. So you license it out. That's one example, or you sell them. One of those two, right? And so you should use that as a profit center for the company, because that way, U.S. in-house counsel would look smart, or as a founder would look smart to the investors, saying, "Hey, we have a profit center here," right? So that's licensing. The core patent that protects your profitability, and that's key to your valuation. So you would hold on to that and expand on that, if you can. The intermediate layers, those, I think you can kind of make a decision as to whether or not you should keep control of that, or you should make them available to third party. So that addresses the licensing issue. The sale versus the licensing issue is, sometimes somebody make you a large offer on this patent, and then you just have to make a decision on whether or not it's worth it to sell it. But in a sales is a lump sum, whereas in a licensing you get kind of recurring revenue for the life of the patent, which is 20 years. So those are the 2 questions. Then what was the other question?
Essentially, what's the strategic calculus? Right. So we're delving into licensing, monetization, or the decision to open source versus hold IP defensively.
Yeah. Yes. I think a lot of founders, they came from the open source community, and so they're sympathetic to open source. And I think that that's certainly, that there's good arguments for open sourcing things that aren't key to your business success. So if you have some generic routines, or what do they call that? Just overhead things like, okay, so you came up with some neat way of sorting your data.
Processes.
Yes, a neat algorithm for sorting data. Let's say hypothetically for pruning your AI neuron, let's say, and that it really isn't key to your business model. It's just a generic thing that people could use to improve.